I wouldn't say I have an eating problem, and I know a lot of people do. I've met people, I know people, there's people in my family that have an eating disorder, and it's hard. People are addicted to food. But actually, here's another little thing. Hang on. Let me just touch that. Let's see how much time we're up. Come on. There we go. Okay, 5 minutes. Then you'll be better, health-wise, everything.
Drink, donate. E-beggar. Drink, booze, hound. Drink, donate. E-beggar. Drink, booze, hound. Drink, donate. E-beggar. Drink, happy birthday, booze, hound. Hack, e-beggar.
I'm gonna ride this YouTube gravy train until the wheels fall off.
Donate. E-beggar. Donate. E-beggar. Donate. E-beggar.
Gravy train. I'm not Muslim. I'm just a
food channel that's running out of ideas.
In the meantime, let's watch some TikTok.
I'm a TikTok.
White Canadian.
I'm a TikTok.
White.
I'm a TikTok.
White Canadian.
I'm a TikTok.
White. I'm not Muslim. I'm just a white Canadian white guy. Hitler flap.
Thank you very much.
White guy. Because I'm white. So the Japanese are horrible people. If I had a gun and you were right in front of me, I'd put the gun to your face. I'm gonna ride this YouTube gravy train until the wheels fall off.
I think I've stalled.
If I had a gun and you were right in front of me, I'd put the gun to your face. Bitch. I did the uncut raw videos.
Whether we win or lose, we drink booze. A British peanut.
I have zero knowledge. I'm very uneducated.
Is this your full-time job? Yes.
This is a business.
Topper's Pizza.
This is a business.
Topper's Pizza.
That sucked like shit. That sucked huge fucking shit. Do you enjoy doing food reviews as much, or are you bored? I'm bored! I only promote things that I like. The Jackery. The Jackery's working its butt off. Blue Eddie, this thing is absolutely amazing. Call me a sellout. Screw off. Tangy. 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 I'm insane. Double.
Hi, can I get a medium Pepsi, please?
Sorry?
Medium Pepsi.
There's a sign here saying turtles.
Oh,
Yep, yeah.
oh, this is my car.
We're gonna do it. Here we go. Ready?
Oh no. It's totally messy, but the idea is you keep it in the wrapper.
I know. I want people to see it.
Well, he wanted to eat this in the car. So I think we could have, no? It would have rocked my car.
I'm not Muslim. I'm just a white Canadian Hitler flap. See what I mean? Hitler flap.
Thank you very much.
Because I'm white. The Chinese are horrible, so the Japanese are horrible people.
Fuck. Shit.
Beautiful looking lunch.
You are good at describing food.
You really got to stop that. You really need to stop that. How else to fix this? You really got to stop that. You really need to stop that.
This is the dumpster that your mom and I found you in. Your real name was going to be called Waste Management. Yeah, I made more fucking money than you ever did.
All you do is
you guys are struggling with weight loss, stick together. Stick together with me.
What this reaction was going to be about was pulling apart Ken explaining how he does the sleep time footage for his fake camps in the parking lots of fast food places. And when I got to the footage, I noticed that the biggest thing he was talking about was eating disorders and his weight loss journey. And so we get to that footage about how he makes it in the second part, right? You know, it's a small part of this reaction. So the biggest part of this reaction is Ken, who only cares about revenue streams. He approached YouTube trying to make easy, fast money with the cat videos. It didn't work. He got into the fad of eating fast food in your car, and it did work. Now it's over with. However, he wants that easy money, and he's hunting for ways to make himself seem to be important and relevant, which includes him pretending to be a sports fan and pretending to be a real van life camper dude. Now he has added to his repertoire pretending to be on a weight loss journey, and it's so ridiculous because we're almost at 4 years of him saying he's doing intermittent fasting, and he doesn't really do it. And he plays with the carnivore diet and the vegan diet, and he's dangerous now to people who may be in a vulnerable place with their own weight struggles, and they turn to this blithering idiot with no education and no willingness to do research, and he insists on eating junk food all the time, and we know that he's a big drinker. He's appealing to people who are vulnerable and offering himself as a friend, so they take an interest in him ongoing, which gives him another revenue stream, and is just so disgusting. This charlatan hack work doesn't have to be on YouTube. I wish he would just go start a website and do his crazy snake oil journey and try to make money that way, because it doesn't qualify as creative material. It's just him pretending to be on a weight loss journey and saying, stick with me. And he's going to say, I'll rely on you, you rely on me. So it might get a little dry in places, yet please stick with it. And I've got some funny Carol footage at the very end, so that's what's going to be going on with this.
If you guys are struggling with weight loss, stick together. Stick together with me. You know, I'm here to support you. You guys are here to support me. 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 Now, if you're a child, don't fucking watch this. Hey vloggers, what's going on? It is a very cool, let's call it cold. It's 4 degrees Celsius here in Ontario, Canada. I am still at or in Etobicoke, which is just west of Toronto, depending on how you're looking at the map. No, it's always west of Toronto, no matter how you look at the map. So yep, just finished up at Five Guys, and I wanted to respond to a comment I got.
No, what you are really doing is damage control provided by a whole bunch of red herrings, as you did earlier with I don't do clickbaits, yet I can see how you would think that I do when you do clickbaits. And the other one was, why so many dislikes? Let me tell you, the software that you're using to reveal the dislikes is all not working. Believe me instead. Which you are going to provide even more proof for, and you haven't done it, so probably I have to get to that pretty soon. And right now, it's here's how I do the sleeping sequences to give you more red herrings as to, you know, the reasons why the camera work does not make any sense. Please, Ken, carry on with that.
Not too long ago, that they wanted to know how I do my night lapse type situation, and I am going to show you how I do that. I just got to put this stuff away. Again, I'm not drinking all the milkshakes.
Yes, you are. That is why you ordered all the milkshakes, so you could drink all the milkshakes. If you weren't drinking the milkshakes, you would not have ordered the milkshakes. So you get this.
I don't drink any sugary drinks. That's for losers. I mean that.
There's no way I'm drinking 8 milkshakes in 24 hours. That will just destroy all the good work that I have done, losing as much weight as I have.
Who do you think you are kidding? And as long as you want to keep returning to this fake weight loss journey of yours, then we have to keep commenting on it. We are close to the start of 2024. And when we get to the start of 2024, we're going to hit the 4-year anniversary of you claiming to be doing intermittent fasting. And it doesn't work in the way you say it does. It's not like, well, I got to go on a big fast to lose 2 pounds. And then do what? Go back to inhaling milkshakes. And 8 of them. It's like, oh, this is like peanut butter and jelly milkshake. This is bacon milkshake. It does not work in that way. That's why there are no changes taking place. And you just want people to be invested. Oh, Ken, we're cheering for you and your weight loss. The same way you want people to be invested with you as a fake sports fan, just because you're always wearing the swag. And it's like, well, the audience will bring their love of the sports team to you, and you will make more money. Shut the fuck up, please.
Again, in February 2020, I stood on the scale after the Super Bowl, and I was 236 pounds, the most I've ever weighed in my life. I said I'll never weigh that again.
Oh, Ken, we are so impressed with your inspiring story that makes us so invested. So we're going to pay even more attention to you with your successful weight loss achievement. Oh, Ken, let's pay attention to you and you make more money. Get out of here. You eat junk food all the time. You tried to turn the channel into you and Carol just driving in a van and no energy and just eating whatever you want. Your fans are pathetic. They want to see a guy make a slob of himself with junk food all the time. So you went right back to it. There's no inspiring story here.
Over the course of, I guess it was all of the rest of February, March, April, May, June. By the end of June, or sometime in June, I got all the way down to 202 pounds through intermittent fasting, eating salads and fish, and the occasional steak, I think.
While Ken's content is for shit, and he's always following trends, which is textbook hack work, when it comes to fooling his own stupid audience, he's not as stupid as we think. What he just did there, intermittent fasting, eating salads, fish, and the occasional steak, I think, he's playing a character right there. You know, to pretend that he's struggling to remember. I think I ate some steak in there too. I think if you believe his intermittent fasting journey and that he really lost any weight, because he has all the gear in the world and he has the opportunity to do live streams and he doesn't do live weigh-ins to prove any of this, and he keeps returning to junk food. So, like, why even bother? Like, if he would go for like even 1 month and just eat salads and make that his content, we would probably see some weight loss from the guy. If he would show up for his fucking live streams for a change and actually do live weigh-ins. Of course, he's not going to do that because that sets something that you can keep track of, and he's not going to do that. Like, even with criticism from here, he's not going to say, here we go, a live weigh-in. He's probably not going to do it.
It's been a while. But then after that, I kind of bumped up into the teens, like 212 to 216. I kind of fluctuated in there for the next year and a bit. But now that I've started this carnivore thing, and again, I'm not strict carnivore.
If you are not strict carnivore, then you are not carnivore. Just like if you are not strict intermittent fasting, then you're not intermittent fasting. The way intermittent fasting works for most people is you skip breakfast and lunch, you have a late dinner, that's your meal of the day, done. So you can have a pretty big dinner yet you're going to come out on top because you're skipping breakfast and lunch. Same thing if you want to have a big meal at the start of the day. You might feel a little sluggish, and you might go to bed feeling a little bit hungry. You still just have one meal a day. And once you build that up after a few weeks, you get tuned to it, and you start winning, and that's how it works. You don't do it for a couple days like you say, I need to intermittent fast for a couple days, bring myself down a pound. Then you give up on it, and you're eating all day long a bunch of slop in a parking lot with your prop vehicle. That's why it doesn't work. And, well, I'm not strict carnivore. Yeah, then you're not doing it. You're just fucking around all over the place. You just eat junk food in the car, which is so old hat these days, and that's all you have to bring to the table, along with lying about doing a weight loss journey that's going to soon hit a 4-year anniversary with no live weigh-ins. You are complete joke fraud.
I'm not just eating beef every single day. Obviously, I need to have cheat days to do these videos for you guys.
Then shut up about it, putz. Stop promising people a real weight loss journey when you're never going to do it, as long as you keep putting junk food back into the equation and referring to it as cheat days, because you have to do it for you guys. You don't have to do it. We know, because you've told us everything for too long, that you and Carol are set. You are fucking loaded. You're not the sole breadwinner. We know that Carol is loaded. There's no mortgage. I can do that myself by going to the land registry office. And you've told us that Carol is retired. You blew 40 grand on that Sprinter. You destroyed it. That's what rich people do. So if you're saying I have to do it for you guys, that's bullshit. You don't have to do anything. Why don't you do something for, your family and try to get healthy by eating some normal food and stop acting like you're 14 years old and going like nuts like a kid in a candy store eating this shit all the fucking time. And as long as you say, wow, they're not cheat days, they're failure days. Call them what they are, they're failure days. And as long as you keep inserting failure days into whatever diet you say that you're following, every one of those diets is gonna fail. I mean, you could just simply eat less and exercise more and you'll do better. Like, you're hanging around in parking lots eating shit all day long, and we know you're not actually staying there at night, because that's what this video is about. Let me tell you how I do the sleep sequences, which is all horseshit. You're just horseshit no matter how you cut it.
But before I came here, I was 204 pounds, and but again, I would love to be between 175 and 185. That would be.
At least here, you've got both hands talking for you, and they're not touching the steering wheel, and you are in the safety of a parking lot with the vehicle not actually running. So maybe you could keep your hand dances to the parking lot. Please, do not do that on the highway. Thanks.
My favorite spot right there. Right now, I'm about 47 pounds heavier than Paul. When I go for bike rides, tell me about it. When I go for bike rides, I'm technically carrying, I think my bike is about 18 pounds, and I'm basically carrying 2 more bikes in body fat, and so it'd be so nice to lose another 30 pounds and see how that affects my cycling, see how that affects my hiking. I think it'll be obviously it will be way more positive, be better for my knees. If you guys are struggling with weight loss,
then stick with you, right? Just like stick with you if you're a sports fan of some football team or a baseball team or a hockey team, then stick with Ken, because he's on your side. He's your friend. Stick with him and his channel so he gets lots of money. He's also a real camper too. Stick with Ken. Is that what you're gonna say? Stick with you if you have a weight loss journey that you want to do or something? Stick with Ken. You're gonna get another share of an audience. Is that how it's gonna happen? Is that what you're gonna say?
Stick together. Stick together with me.
Do you see what I mean? All that Ken wants from YouTube are revenue streams. The history that he has here is available. He approached YouTube with the idea to make cat videos because he found out that you could make $1 million with silly videos about cats being silly. So he shows up and he makes them, and he's asking, where's my money? I made silly cat videos. Where's the easy money? Well, cat videos continue to be popular, and you don't have to put much work into them. You have to have just the right cat video, just the right time for it to get picked up, and everybody shares it, and then you make your $1 million, okay? So it didn't work for him. So he went for another fad, which was eating junk food in your car, which now everybody has just done it into the ground, and it's old hat, and he's still doing it. You can still do something with it, because as Dane Drop says, he brings wild energy to it.
There's about 1,000 other creators out there doing in-car food reviews. They gonna give you something light. They gonna give you what you use. You come over here, you getting Barnum and Bailey Circus over here. You getting wild energy up off over here, doggy. That's what I do. That's what I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna give you nothing else. I'm giving you nothing less, baby. How you thought I got my Netflix deal? By being basic? Hell no!
And it can still be done. It's just that it's not that easy anymore. So, Ken had success with that, I'm not gonna lie. It used to be Ken Domik gets a sandwich in Bradford, gets 200,000 views. Those days are gone. So now, along the way, he pretends to be a sports fan. Because, well, if you're totally into the Leafs and the Jays and whatever football team he's choosing this year, then, you know, that love will be brought to Ken, and Ken makes more money. And so he finds out about the stealth camping thing, and he pretends to be a legit stealth camper when he's not, and it's like, well, where's the big money? He does do a little bit better, not gonna lie, yet he does not get the huge success that he was expecting to have. It's not that easy anymore. So now he's got the gall to offer himself as a weight loss journey channel. And that's how he does it. It's like, I'm struggling here, and if you're struggling with your weight, then let's stay together as a community. Stay with me. So if anybody out there, and there's plenty of them, people who are struggling with their weight, now they can identify with Ken with a goal that he's never going to reach as long as he keeps eating junk food. And he figures, well, I might as well just pretend that I'm trying to do weight loss, because that's a market, you know? People are always falling off the wagon trying to lose weight. So he wants to get that revenue stream happening too. Doesn't he look sad and tired and pathetic bringing this shit to a platform which is supposed to be for creative people to share? Oh, say it again.
If you guys are struggling with weight loss, stick together. Stick together with me. You know, I'm here to support you. You guys are here to support me. I'm here to support you. So if you guys are struggling, write stuff in the comment section. I'll make videos of what I've learned.
Take a look at them from head to toe. If they are nothing, stay away from them. You want to learn from success, not failure.
I'll give you links to the information where I got that kind of information from, and where I'm, yeah, I'll give you links to videos where I'm getting all this information from, why I think it's a good idea, and you know, make your own decisions and consult your doctor.
Do you want to know what the best advice is? Please do not pay attention to this hack, clown, asshat who is not following any diet properly. He's too stupid to give advice on such an important thing. He's gonna give you scattered links all over the place, and he's gonna be telling you what to do, and then he's gonna say, don't do what I'm doing, and then in the middle of wasting your time and endangering your health, even paying attention to this clown for even 2 minutes, he's gonna say every now and then, please consult with your doctor. Then how about you just consult with your doctor and you just ignore Ken? Like, come over here and have a laugh for the reactions. Otherwise, don't waste your time and effort with this hack, loser, idiot.
I'm consulting my doctor. It's just taking a little time to get my blood test. They're supposed to be sending me a requisition so I can get a blood test. I want to add a bunch of things to that blood test. Usually when you do your physical, your yearly physical, the doctor gives you a requisition to get a blood test, and it's like a typical blood test. They do all these normal things. But if you know other things you should be looking for, like the oxidized count, or the oxidized LDL count, which is the worst LDL to have in your body. Your body makes LDL, your body makes HDL.
Please, Ken, shut the fuck up and take a seat.
But sugar destroys the LDL and oxidizes it. And
the crap loads on Ken's vlog channel, which is where this came from, are only getting about 3,000 views per. Yet, with that said, those are 3,000 views each time for Ken to be a dangerous influence, and it leads us to wish that there was some sort of policy around here by which blithering idiots should not be allowed to get on a platform and speak to 3,000 people at a time giving health advice. They should stick to making cat videos and stuffing themselves with milkshakes.
that's when you get too much LDL in your system, and that's why they call it a bad LDL. So if you can...
I don't drink any sugary drinks. That's for losers. I mean that. Sugary drinks. You don't need them. You get off them. Green tea, unsweetened. Unless you're under the age of 50, then I would say it's okay to drink sugary drinks. Over 50, nah, you can't mess with that stuff.
Stop drinking sugar.
That's for losers.
And stop adding sugar to your coffee and all that stuff. Stop drinking pop. Stop drinking even... if I can find the link again, obviously pop is like the #1 most awful thing for you to drink.
Except, of course, if you have to drink it for your cheat days because of your crazy-ass job, and you don't have enough sense to realize that the sugar in pop, which makes it so bad, is the same sugar that's in sugary drinks, such as milkshakes.
Number 2 is diet. Like, it's not good for you. It's all chemicals. You cannot find diet pop out in the wilderness. You can find water with minerals in it.
How about you go fuck off and take up golf or something? How about that, Ken? You're just looking for another revenue stream, so you have to place yourself into position of being some sort of real weight loss journey guy who's gonna fill the content with a lot of babble regarding health sciences, which you don't know anything about, and you're not an example to be giving others advice. Like, what are you doing here? Your heyday is gone, okay? You know, like, this is what you're doing. You record footage of yourself getting gasoline, which is pathetic enough, yet you do it for another reason, which is to tell people, I am the sole breadwinner of the Domik family. I need to keep this car on the road. Give me your support. Join the Patreon. You've been here for more than 10 fucking years. When do we ever hear of Danny from Rate My Takeaway saying, would you please join the Patreon to help keep this car on the road? He doesn't do that ever. Fuck off already, Ken. Shit.
Out in the wilderness, you can't find pop, so stop drinking pop. I'm going out in a rant here. So, sorry. Let's get back to things here. I'm not sure where I'm going to put these. I guess I'm going to put these here for now. I just don't want them to tip over.
Why are you so worried about them if you're not drinking them? Would it not be better to just throw them in the garbage if you didn't really want them? Then again, why did you order them in the first place? Oh my goodness, why do we even bother trying to figure out what he's trying to do? He's all dishonest.
So again, I'm here to support you because you guys are here to support me.
Only for another revenue stream. That's it. You're not a real stealth camper. You're not a real sports fan. If you were really the real sports fan, your live streams would be a blast. And they would go on for hours. You're the perfect age, if you were a sports fan, to sit and chew the fat about all the teams and all the history and the lore and just go on and talk and talk. You only set up the live streams because it means money. And you promise people all this fun if they join, and they pay you, and they forget about it. And you keep getting the money. That's why you cut it to just 1 hour. Just like, okay, it's done. We're done after an hour. We know what your live streams are all about. It's you sitting there with your thumb up your ass doing this. Bum, 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 bum. That's an hour. Bye. And you're not on a weight loss journey either. Everything you do is just to create a revenue stream and to laugh at the fools who buy it.
I really appreciate every single one of you guys.
please stop saying that because you do not really mean it. People such as you who are always saying, I really appreciate you, I really appreciate, I really appreciate, I really appreciate. We know people like you in our own lives that are always saying, oh, I sort of appreciate, I really appreciate. And they're always taking and taking and taking and taking, and they don't appreciate it. It's just some shit that they say to keep it rolling. If you really appreciated everybody, you would show up for your fucking live streams, and if you missed them, you would make it up to your paying customers and say, I'm really sorry, I really appreciate you guys, here's a fucking giveaway. No, you don't do it because you don't want to set the precedent. You want people to believe, oh, I'm doing this for you, and they're paying for the live stream and you don't deliver it, you piece of shit. Get off the platform.
And wish me all the best. Again, I know it's not easy, guys. I know it's not easy to lose weight.
What a hack Ken is. He is now going to apply his failure to have a healthy lifestyle to somehow making money with it. Like, he's always wearing Muskoka bear wear. There's nothing special about the design of Muskoka bear wear hoodies. They're just hoodies. There's no flair of design with them. They just have that logo on it. He's always wearing it. There's got to be a reason for it. When he goes to the cottage, he drives by Muskoka bear wear. It's not happening by accident. There's got to be some deal behind it. And he's wearing the Leafs cap all the time when he's not wearing caps for other teams. It's just, I can make money with this because of people like that. So now, with him having a junk food lifestyle and it's making him a mess, he's going to approach it and try to make it look like he's a struggling weight loss guy, and he's making all the noises of that industry. The reason why these types of people hang around and don't leave, and they keep getting replaced by other losers who are all offering the magic formula when none of them have it, and they just keep shuffling around and getting replaced by others, is because that's the sad industry of people falling off the wagon without having the strength to do it on their own, and then they have to go look for a celebrity to hold them by the hand and pretend to be the friend that they don't have in their own lives. So now Ken is applying himself to the same thing. Listen to what he says next, like, oh, I know it's tough. I've been there. I've done that.
Trust me, I've been there. I've done that.
What is he talking about? He's totally lying, and I call Ken out on this. Show us some pictures or video of you really fat, because all that we have of Ken is his channel, and if you go back to the start of his channel, the guy was actually slim. He was in pretty good shape. So as he carries on with 10 more, I always forget exactly what it is. That's why I always say 10 years. I know it's like, 11, 12 years, whatever the fuck it is, I don't care. I'm not going to go check every time. For more than 10 years straight, this guy eats junk food every fucking week. That's week after week, month after month, year after year. And he's gotten heavy and a mess because of it. Because he's well over 50, plus we know that he loves to drink too, right? So he's telling you, oh, I've been there, I've done that. You've done it all to yourself while making money for an audience of feeder fetish freaks. You try to change things and just drive around. You were still eating shit food. It's just that your audience demands that you eat shit all the time, and you're doing your channel for some sort of weird reason out of spite.
I just don't want to do them anymore.
Because your audience is not even a tenth of what it used to be, and you enjoy misleading these losers and taking their money and telling them that you need support, and that's that one bitter joke that you have, that you can laugh and eat lunch for free and have people give you money as if you need support. So there is no evidence of you like having traveled this difficult road and you've been really fat and you lost all the weight and you've done it all. You are just exploiting vulnerable people yet again who are sad and desperate and struggling with their weight, and now you're pretending to be a friend, so they take an interest in you, and you never reach your goal because you're going to keep drinking and keep eating shit all the time. None of these diets will ever work when you keep sitting in a parking lot and eating shit for 12 hours straight, and then you go sleep it off in a hotel. So for you to say that is bullshit. I want evidence of you huge and then being slim, because there isn't any. All that we have is, with your channel, you used to be pretty slim and in pretty good shape. You used to have high energy. What am I going to do, lie?
Just for you, and just for you, just for you, and just for you.
And in the last few years, it's gone downhill So you're not even trying to change, and you don't care. You're doing this channel for bitter reasons, and now you're just fucking lying about I've been there. You're just disgusting hack. Just take your hack tricks and just get off the platform, please and thanks.
I wouldn't say I have an eating problem, and I know a lot of people do. I've met people, I know people, there's people in my family that have an eating disorder.
Okay. So when Ken said he didn't think that he had an eating problem, I could have played the clip of him saying, I am addicted to fast food. And when he bent over, I could have added a fart noise. I didn't want to do that stuff because I would have ruined the flow of what he's just said there. And he just finished off saying, I know people, I've met people, there's people in my family that have an eating disorder. Now he is starting to talk about very serious stuff. And it doesn't belong on some hack channel of a guy who just eats chicken sandwiches all the time, right? You know, back when it was a fad, he could get like hundreds of thousands of views just going to the fast food places in Bradford, Ontario. And now he's got like a tiny fraction of what is left. So, like, once you get a taste of all that easy money, you never go back. And you can either be creative and up your game and evolve, like Dame Drops has done, and he's got like a real comic book, he's got a restaurant of his own. Ken is now starting to talk about eating disorders, very powerful words to use on his channel, and he is totally the wrong type of person to be raising such serious issues on such a garbage channel. It's so wrong.
And it's hard. People are addicted to food. But actually, here's another little thing. Hang on. Let me just touch that. Let's see how much time we're up. Come on. There we go. Okay, 5 minutes. So apparently people, this is going to be really controversial maybe, but this is what I heard. People aren't addicted to food. They're addicted to the wrong food. So if you can, over time, with a lot of help from family, friends, me.
Is he not disgusting? His words were a lot of help from family, friends, me. This cheap punk wants to work angles with people who are challenged intellectually, emotionally, and some of them struggling with weight issues. He said family, friends, me. It should be family, friends, your doctor. Period. That's it. He says family, friends, me. He wants people who are sad and desperate to make another place in their lives for Ken Domik. And after you take an interest in him, he gets your money through the views. And then, if you're stupid enough to keep following him, he'll tell you that he's broke and he's the only breadwinner of the Domiks. And if he doesn't keep that car on the road, the Domiks don't eat. And he needs your help after more than 10 fucking straight years. He's still asking for fucking help. If you could ask for help once in a while, I'm having a hard time, great. This guy's not suffering, okay? He's set. So if you're sad and desperate and you're struggling with something, Ken's now offering family, friends, and me. And I need help. I need support. I need to keep this car on the road to feed the Domiks. Just disgusting. There's no art, there's no creativity, there's no evolution, there's no work. It's just formulas and tricks. Family, friends, me. So sad and pathetic for anyone to be doing this. I'm going to play that again. Wait, before I play it again, he is the last person to be taking this advice from. Like, it makes no sense at all. He's wrecking himself with fast food. We know that he loves to drink on top of it. He used to do dangerous terms of service breaking drunk streams for money. This is the same punk who goes to the camera and says, give me $90 US and I'll take a fucking shot until I take 9 shots of tequila with beer over a 3-hour period, get totally blotto on camera, collect all my cash, dirty delete, and leave. And now he's gonna raise eating disorders and say family, friends, me. Fucking disgusting. Say it again, and then we'll keep moving.
So if you can, over time, with a lot of help from family, friends, me, over time, if you start eating better food and stop eating the crap food, which is the addicting food, then you'll be better, health-wise, everything. I wish you all the best.
If you really wished people the best, then stop pretending to be poor and stop asking them for money that you don't need and don't deserve. Yeah, I've got a Patreon too. I started about 3 years ago. I said 10 at 10 to react to Ken. And that's all. I was going to limit it at only 10. Because, you know, if you get a Patreon, like, you always want more, like a corporation. For me, it's just 10 at 10 to react to Ken. And I had like 6 at one time, and it dwindled. I've got like 2. And nobody ever joins. And so if there's anybody out there who I've sent them emails already. I said, just give up and become a channel member. Don't give me $10 a month. Just give me $1.99. That's all I wanted. I didn't want to keep bothering people all the time. Like, Ken is never satisfied. Help me. I need support. I need support. Go to the Patreon. That, I just wanted 10. So for those 2 of you who are my Patreon members, if you should happen to get this video, just shut it down for $10 a month and then come over here for $1.99. That's me and my Patreon, Ken. Fuck, and I don't even have your fucking money. And 99% of the people who are watching this don't have your megabucks with Carol. So if you wish people all the best, then stop asking for money and stop exploiting them, pretending to be a fucking expert just because you're trying to work another angle. You prick.
Okay, back to this. Again, in this video, I covered the fact that I'm, to keep the moisture out, like this morning I woke up and some of my windows were fogged up, and this is one of the things that I use.
It is called Fart Away.
It is Damp Rid, or there's another one called...
That would be Fart Away Extreme.
Damp Check. So this one is all used up.
Just like you and your channel.
It's all solid, so I need to clean that out, dump it in the garbage, and then rinse it out, clean the actual container, and then you buy these refill bags.
Thank you, Ken. Thanks so much for sharing your wisdom at the age of 57. You're going to tell us that it's actually cheaper to refill whatever consumer product dispenser that you're using rather than buying another one. So you could apply that towards household cleaning products, and when you got like the spray nozzle on it, and don't throw it out, just go to the store and get a refill and just put that in your dispenser, and that will save you some money. Thanks, Ken.
And this is the damp rid refill bag. You don't have to keep buying these things. It's cheaper to do it this way. And the funny thing here in Ontario, Canada, I bought these both at Canadian Tire. I think you can get this in the Home Depots in the United States, but this was about $3.50 more than this, and I think they're the exact same weight. I didn't notice the weight, but they seem like they're this exact same weight. 48 ounces, and this is okay. So you get more in this, and it's cheaper. I think it was $11, or no, it was $9, and this was $13. So I think.
Thanks for all that random blather. None of us could follow what the fuck you were trying to say, and even if we could, what's the point of taking any lead from a jackass to save like $2 on some weird thing that you're only using as a prop? That's a red herring. It's like when you get those special sleeping bags that are good for 40 below. That's for your stupid members of your audience to say, well, he's getting it because he's really sleeping there.
Yeah, so $9.99 for the damp check and $13.99, so $4 difference in price if you are interested in saving money. I'm not sure if the damp rid is better, or is that just a name brand and they want to nail you for that extra $4. I don't know.
This here is not a phase that Ken is going through. It's how he always is on his channel, which is bumbling and stumbling through stuff because he's so lazy and putting in like the very least effort. And most of the time it's, I don't know. With all the free time and all the money he's had for the past decade, he could have become a master chef just for shits and giggles. So he doesn't do anything, and now there he is with consumer products pretending that he's a real camper and blah blah blah. I don't know, something here, I don't know, just this stuff is in my hands. I have to babble about something to make content here. Really?
Oh, this might be better, this might last longer, and this might be the bad idea. I don't know. This is what I've been buying because I usually can't find that. Again, all the people that I've watched in the past, they all use damp rid, but again, the other stuff, I don't know how you would check it. I guess we could fill up one.
Is it not something that when he's on the highway, he takes his hands off the wheel to do the same hand dances?
In each container and see which one gets used up the most? I don't know. So, somebody asked in the comment section.
Now our Ken is going to tap dance and throw red herrings regarding the fact that the footage he publishes to prove that he sleeps in the parking lots doesn't really prove anything, which was what this reaction was supposed to be about until I found him talking so much about giving health advice and trying to become some sort of weight loss journey hero to vulnerable, sad, desperate people who are watching his garbage. So let's get to this.
How do I do my night lapse videos? So I have two cameras here. I have the GoPro 9 and then the GoPro 10. So just before I go to bed, I set up my GoPro 9, and I can turn them on and off with my phone in the app. So I'll turn on my 9, and there's a setting in there under time lapse called night lapse. So it's a very slow exposure, so that it lets lots of light in to illuminate the area. If you just use a regular time lapse, it's just too dark. The camera can't deal with it. So they have a special thing in there called night lapse, and I learned that from Steve Wallace. I asked him.
Please keep in mind that Ken would say for years, when confronted on his live streams, "Oh, Dame and I talk all the time. I just got off the phone with him the other day." And then when Dame visited Canada to do poutine, he didn't have anything to do with Ken. So you can take it for what it is. And if he had any communication with Steve Wallace, my feeling is that Steve is humoring Ken just to be polite, especially now with Ken ripping off the style of thumbnails that Steve uses, which is very dishonest, and Ken just wants some of that Steve Wallace money by issuing thumbnails which are totally ripping off what Steve does. So it's just name dropping on Ken's part. Steve Wallace doesn't say, "Hey, the other day I was talking to Ken Domik, so we..." Alright, keep moving, Ken.
I texted him and said, "Dude, how do you do those night shots? Because I don't have a night camera." And he's like, "On the GoPro, it's got a thing called night lapse." I'm like, "Hey, that's a great idea."
Our Ken proving yet again that he is a poor substitute for a production company, which he says that he is. On LinkedIn, he refers to himself as an experienced president of KPD Productions TV, while he doesn't even know how to operate a fucking GoPro. And he's had GoPros all over the place for years and years, and we are expected to believe, dude, totally awesome, radical. Could you tell me how to operate this fucking thing? Because I can't read the manual, because I'm drinking tequila too often. Just over here, this switch here, yeah. Remember, this is all just a lot of babble to make you think that Ken actually does sleep in the parking lots, and he's going to tap dance all over the place and not deal with the fact that the footage that he shows never lines up properly, and I'm going to roast him on it.
So now I set this up for 2 hours. Another good tip is to shut off the beeps, because in 2 hours you're going to be asleep, and then when it shuts off in 2 hours, it goes beep, 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 really loud and wakes you up. So
here again, Ken is all over the place, avoiding the main issue, and he's trying to get you to believe that he is legit by giving you these little stories like, "Oh, you gotta turn it off," or it goes beep, 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 and it wakes you up. You know what I mean? Just stick with this. I should have made this 2 separate reactions. I just, I was so disgusted by him talking about eating disorders and all the rest, and it became more that, and then like he's just a disgusting character to react to. So let's just get it over with. Hang on for it.
Shut off the sound, number 1, and also you can go into the settings and have the front and back screen monitor shut off after like a minute, and that way it doesn't illuminate the van and people walking by might be able to see it. You can also put a piece of cardboard there, but why not save battery power and just have it shut off within about a minute. And again, it will run for about 2 hours.
Remember that he said it will only run for 2 hours. It's going to come up later.
And do a time lapse or a night lapse of me sleeping. And again, here in a parking lot, it's usually well lit up. And I have to usually take off a couple of the window coverings to let more light in. And
this clown hack is supposed to be the president of a production company, and he's trying to get us to believe that he cannot select a small light to provide enough power for the camera to be able to work properly, or that he can't find something that will be adjustable and you can just keep adjusting it down. Like, I can get a cheap salt lamp with a dimmer dial on it. It's like, there's so many gaps in his reasoning, and like, this is for his audience, right? So we ask the question, well, how come nothing lines up if you say you're sleeping there? And so his audience is so stupid that he says, I do this, and then I do that, I have to turn it off, it goes beep, 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 and then it will only run for 2 hours, and his audience will believe and go, that's why, yeah, all right. Over here, no, it's not going to work.
So that's how I get the beginning part of my night lapse thing. I can't do it when I'm camping because it's pitch black in here. And I guess the only way around that is to have some type of a small LED light and maybe put that somewhere in the van.
Exactly. So why don't you do that?
And not that it's bright enough to keep me awake, but just bright enough to get the camera to work. But it's pitch black. Might as well just not shoot the time lapse because outside the vehicle it's pitch black.
So run it anyway. It's not like it's film stock and it's going to cost you a fortune. It's all digital. It doesn't matter. You can run it for 12 hours. It's like, oh gosh, we shot all this film footage stock. It's going to cost us thousands of dollars. It's digital, Ken. You might get a deer walking by. Put a small light out there. Use night vision technology if you want. There's all kinds of things. You could spend like a couple of bucks on a cheap flashlight at the dollar store. Let that run for the night. There's all kinds of things you can do. Yet you say because it's dark, well, I might as well not run the footage. Run it anyway. Use some lights. Just do it. Just shoot footage of yourself. Like, put any one of your stupid gadgets, like glue it to the hood of Rusty and have it shoot that and you to prove you're actually there. Like what stupid reasons you give.
In this situation, cars actually might be going by at nighttime, and then you get that night lapse of a car streaking by really fast. It's kind of good to park in a situation where you can see the road, because you'll see the car zipping by in time lapse, which looks really cool. So that's the first part of my night lapse, or my time lapse night sleeping segment. So in the morning when I wake up, just grab my iPhone, go to GoPro Quick, find the GoPro 10. There's like your GoPros are here.
None of that matters. Showing the device and say you go here and you do this. Why is it that when you bring the two clips together, they don't line up? Like, and get to why you can't run the cameras for anything more than 2 hours, please.
So you go to GoPro 10. Right now it can't find it, but usually it's right there. You just click, turn it on. Once it's on, then you hit time lapse. And again, I already have it set for a regular time lapse. And of course, like I said, it's way too dark in here.
Listen to me, Ken, because you're going to get a lesson on technology. In Canada, you have Rogers or Bell. And I've got Rogers, and along with the Rogers, there is also Rogers home monitoring. And I've got a camera on my place that I can access through my phone at any time. And when the lights are off, this little Rogers, by the way, not sponsored, home monitoring camera, like if anybody at home has this, they'll know. Like a couple of itty-bitty LEDs turn on, and it has night vision technology, and it can see the whole fucking room at night. I shit you not. And it's only like $20 a month. You know, it's cheap. And you're trying to tell me with all the gadgets that you have, that you can't have like a very weak light in there, the same technology, and have the camera pick up everything? I mean, the excuses that you provide are pathetic.
For the night lapse, and I try to wake up about an hour, or I set my alarm to go off an hour before the sunrise, and again, it's usually pitch black. So I start it knowing that it's not going to expose anything at the beginning, but over the next 2 hours, it's going to expose getting brighter and brighter in here as the sun comes up, or as the day, there's no sun today, but as the day gets brighter, it starts to expose it. And then in the editing process, I overlap them a little bit.
That is correct. Yet it is at that moment that the two scenes never line up. And you just told us you can turn the cameras on using your device. So it's not your finger pushing things around. And even if you did have to put hands on the cameras, it wouldn't necessarily mean that you would push them so far out of whack that the two scenes did not come together. I mean, and if you could just leave the camera and let it run, why does everything not line up when you don't run all the footage and you just put two pieces together? Are you trying to get us to believe that, you know, somebody grabs your van while you're asleep and moves it a couple of inches? Or that your equipment is like sliding all over the place because you don't tighten it? It's because you say, oh, well, I can't run it for anything more than 2 hours. Everybody, hope you remember that. So what he's explaining there is I put them together. Yeah, they don't match. And there's no reason for them not to match. Other than you drive away and then you come back and trying to put yourself as close as you can. And you park far away because you need to kind of park in the same area, right? If you parked where employees are beginning to start their working day, you won't get the same spot. So you park further away, which is actually less safe because the security guards are going to be doing a circle check on the malls in the middle of the night. Maybe, maybe not. Probably they will. And like it's all stupid because you don't have the personality to leave yourself exposed to violence and vandalism while you're sleeping. None of it makes sense.
And do a huge dissolve between them. So it's showing the night lapse, and then it starts to dissolve into it getting light again, because these things won't last the whole night.
These days, everything has USB power, especially computer equipment. And Ken tells us that, you know, they won't last the whole night. So you would assume that he either doesn't know what he's talking about, yet given how long he's worked with GoPros, that's probably not possible. It's just that he's lying to you. So I went and I checked, and yeah, you can hook a GoPro up to external power, and they will last all through the night. They'll last for weeks if you want them to. And if there's one thing we know about Ken, good or bad, it is that he has giant batteries up the yin-yang.
My Jackery. The Jackery's working its butt off.
Blue Eddy, this thing is absolutely amazing.
From Jackery and Blue Eddy. And we know he has a long history of creating content, of just shooting footage, of using what he used to have before, like his smaller batteries. Oh, look, it's charging. I need to charge this. So now he's got like giant batteries from 2 different companies. And he's telling you, oh, well, you know, it won't last more than 2 hours. Get the fuck out of here. And then he's saying, like, well, maybe I should try doing that. Yeah, that's what I've been telling you for a long time. If you want to prove you're there, run all the footage and then put it down there, B-roll, in the description. And, like, instead of asking for people to fight over what cookie they like or what cola they want with their pizza, another stupid garbage, you know, say in the description, here's all the footage. He's got no excuse for not doing it. And he's sitting there and telling you, it won't last. Yes, it will.
I've never done a night lapse into the day. I'm not sure if the camera can handle it. Maybe it's too bright. I don't know. Maybe in the near future, I might be able to hook this up to a battery pack and have that run for like, I don't know, 8 hours, so that you get the night lapse all the way through the night into the morning, and then you wake up. I might try that in the near future.
If he ever does that, he will probably only do it once to say that he has proved the naysayers wrong. Now you can trust him all the time. It makes no sense because all the time he does it now and he puts the two clips together. Why don't they match up? I mean, for all the reasons I said, it's like, does somebody grab his van and pick it up while he's sleeping and move it a few inches? Does his equipment slide all over the place? It makes no sense. So if he does do it, he'll just be one time, he says, there you go, you said I wasn't actually here, I am. Then the one time he'll do it, and then he'll just go back to splicing those two clips together, and they never match up. And the reason why is because he's driving away. He's not going to expose himself to danger sleeping in a fucking parking lot.
So to whomever asked how I do that, that's how I do it.
No, that is how you avoid doing it and pretend to be doing it. Because I'm going to say it again, because it's just like with the intermittent fasting. You say that you're doing it, and that is for your audience to consume, not for us here. So I say you're not doing intermittent fasting. That's why you're a mess. Could you imagine almost 4 years straight of intermittent fasting? He would look so different and be such great shape if he would have, like, mastered that. And he's lying. And, again, if he was really there, then the two clips would match up perfectly, and they don't. So now he's going to get to, like, his exterior shots, which are just cosmetic and don't prove anything either.
And then I also combine it with exterior shots of the van just before I go to bed. So I always wait, like last night I had to wait till around 11 o'clock when this whole area was empty, which is really spooky.
Exactly, because it is more than spooky. It's dangerous. It is not the 1950s. The world is crazy now. There's crack cocaine, there's heroin, all the other things they didn't have rampant all over the place. So nobody is going to sleep in a parking lot exposing themselves to violence and vandalism to wandering drug addicts. Look how far away he is from the doors. If he was any further away, he would be in the street. Which is why after he's done his giant pig out, he goes to the hotel to take a giant dump. And if he starts it really close to the doors, when he drives back there to pretend that he was there all night, the employees and a few customers might be taking the primo spots. So he gets so far away that even the employees don't have to park that far away. Employees and the customers combined, the other people who are waiting for orders, that's why he is where he is. And that's why it doesn't line up properly, because he doesn't stay there. He drives away. Then he tries to park exactly where he was the night before. He never addresses that. Like, why does it never line up properly? Right? And the only other things you have is like, well, somebody grabbed my van and moved it a few inches, or all my expensive equipment doesn't tighten when I twist it, and it slides all over the place like molasses. Get out of here.
I'm not sure if you guys have ever slept in a vehicle, but it's always kind of nice where other vehicles are. Like, that's why it's always good to stealth camp, or if you're just needed to camp somewhere for the night or sleep in your car for the night. Love's gas stations in the States, they let you sleep in your car or your van or your RV. All the Cracker Barrels.
Shut the fuck up with your bullshit. If you are in an emergency situation and you've traveled far from your hometown and for some stupid reason you forgot to bring cash and you lost your electronic money, then every city, town, and village has got like some sort of police presence. You get as close to that as you can, and you park on a public street, you go in there, you talk to them, you show them your ID, you say, I fucked up, I left the house, I lost all my money, I can't afford a hotel, I have to be a loser and sleep in my car, and they'll say, yeah, that's good, then get your shit straightened out and get away from here, and don't scare the whole neighborhood, stay in there overnight, and we won't give you any trouble. That's how you do it. Cracker Barrel, get the fuck out of here. It's just all this bullshit. You know what? Just do a live stream of you actually staying in a parking lot. Like, do it all the way night do the whole thing. Of course you won't.
A lot of Walmarts, but again, it's always good and safer to park where other vehicles are, because you're not just one vehicle out in the middle of nowhere like I was last night. And I was actually a little scared. Probably out of all the stealth camps I've done, last night was a little bit, because I don't know this area very well. I'm not sure if it's high in crime, car thefts, or whatever. But I was a little bit paranoid last night trying to get to sleep. But I managed to get to sleep, and the car did a movement at one point.
Our Ken is a sort of dishonest person, and remember, I can say that straight up, that Ken Domik is a dishonest person. He struck this channel 3 times, like a whole bunch of takedowns, and produced 3 copyright strikes to the channel. The whole channel came down. It was a lot of work to bring it back. It was a learning experience. And Ken swore he was bringing lawsuits, and he never did, okay? The man is a liar. End of story. So, when he does that laugh, he's covering up a lie, and he's trying to sell something, you know, with humor, like, oh, it sure did move! Oh my goodness! That is him trying to make it feel legit, right? We know his personality. No, Ken, your van wasn't moving in the middle of the night. You're trying to make it sound exciting. You want to do something? You want to be a content creator? Run your fucking camera for 12 hours. And the next time something wild and crazy happens, you'll have the footage to prove it, alright? And put a camera on the outside, as well as on the inside, right? You got all the gear in the world. You got an opportunity to write off everything. You can spend the money up front through your own income, or you can just take it from Carol. There's no excuse. So if you got some exciting stories, then don't just give us the stories, bring us the fucking footage, or shut up with it.
Which woke me up, and I'm like, is somebody trying to steal my tires or something?
Hey Ken, we know that you watch every episode. So you got lucky with the eating junk food in your car fad. It served you really well. And you got lucky with Carol's huge inheritance. Aside from those 2 things, you are so stupid. Is somebody trying to steal my tires? The only way they're getting your tires is if they're going to put your car up on a jack and then peel the damn rubber off the vehicle. And who's going to endanger themselves to a criminal charge trying to steal tires? Like even trying to steal your wheels. There's no hubcaps on Rusty to steal. The fuck are you talking about? Your stories don't make sense because you're lying all the time, which is why.
But it was just the wind. But it scared the crap out of me.
It never happened. Ken, if you want some exciting content, then leave the cameras running. So then you can go, oh, this is what happened last night, guys. Check this. You know, oh, what is that? What is that, guys? Clunk, clunk. Oh, guys, is there somebody trying to steal my tires at 2 a.m.? Clunk, 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 clunk. Clunk, 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 clunk. Guys, I don't know what to do. Get the fuck out of here. Ken has figured out that it's not a criminal offense to lie to people while producing entertainment. And the only thing that matters at the end of the day to him is money. So if he wants to tell these stories to make people think that he's really there, then he goes ahead and he does it. Because it's not a crime to do so. It's just make stupid people believe what you're doing is for real. They pay attention. They believe it. You get more money. Wow. It's like, what could be easier than that?
All right. So again, thank you very much for whoever asked the question about the night labs. Always please ask me questions.
Why? You never get a straight answer. And any questions you don't want to be confronted by, you simply delete them. And somebody asks the questions again, then you ban them. So I'm asking a question here. Why is it that your footage never lines up properly? Why? The reason is you're driving away. That's why. Here's another question. Do you want us to believe that your cameras are sliding in the middle of the night? Here's another question. Do you expect us to believe that you can't buy a low-level light to use in there? Here's another one. With all the batteries that you have, you're trying to get us to believe that there's a reason why you can't hook your cameras up to an external power source? Get out of here.
In the comments below, it gives me an idea to make a video for you guys. And I really want to make vlogs every day. But last week, I just had nothing to vlog.
When has that ever stopped you before? Get a pile of garbage and take it to the dump. Or go get some refills on your giant water bottles and shoot footage of driving on the road and sitting there babbling. How is it any different from the shit you make now?
I just hung out with Carol. We did stuff outside. We did stuff in the garage, fixing stuff, putting stuff away because it's getting winter. Put up our Christmas lights yesterday or the day before. It was the day before. And yeah, we did a whole bunch of things. So there was nothing, I guess I could have vlogged us putting up the Christmas lights.
How would that have been any better or any worse than footage of you blowing leaves at the cottage? What difference does it make?
There you go. Now I'm thinking. But again, I kind of just took a few days off of doing vlogs. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. And we'll see you in the next vlog. Ciao. Bye.
Well, there you go. How much work do you think Kid put into that? He just sat there and blathered and did red herrings and tap danced and just sat there and that's all he did. Just, oh, that blah, 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 blah. I did like 50 times the work to pick it all apart and added a bunch of jokes. Please join the fucking channel, $1.99 a month. No contract, custom emojis, and an early release every now and then. Ken, play us out, please, and thanks.
How'd you like some sushi? And Carol, of course, said yes.
Of course.
So we went to our favorite sushi place and ate sushi. So 2 days in a row, I ate food that I'm trying not to eat, but I had to make a video. And then Tuesday was just a stressful day, just trying to get Carl's stuff done and get out of there as quickly as I could to go up and give blood because we had a set designated time appointment to give blood. And so it was just a really stressful day. So that's why I wanted to have I didn't want to cook. I just wanted to eat some sushi, all you can eat, and probably overate in that situation. But
it was delicious.
It was very delicious. And then Wednesday, I had to go go downtown, pick up Ben, go out to Brantford, get the rest of the stuff out of his storage locker, come back and unpack it all into Ben's apartment. And what did we do that night food wise? Because I didn't take a picture.
You guys on the way back.
Oh, right.
You picked up some burgers and fries.
So 3 days in a row, I ate food that I shouldn't have ate. And so that was Wednesday. Got home. And so, yeah, I had, what did I have? I had a bacon cheeseburger from South Street Burger. I think I've done one video. The one, hummingbird, this is zip by. So I can't remember if I've done a South Street Burger.
What's a man got to do to get a woman like you? What's a man got to do to touch a woman like you? What's a man got to do to get a woman like you? If I have to beg, or if I have to plead, or if I have to fight, or if I have to bleed, or if I tell a lie.
Tangy.